We should know by now how brutal Spider-Man can be in his games. Web of Shadows, where he performs skate tricks off of your unconscious body. Shattered Dimensions, where he takes literal chunks of concrete out of the ground with his webs to pummel anyone that is unlucky to be in his vicinity. Insomniac Spider-Man, who can literally cripple you and put you in a coma for days. But there is one Spider-Man that stands out from the rest, who is a literal menace and has done worse, that he's at Avengers threat level. The fact that this Spider-Man,
you know what we call that? We call that a web-slinging, ass-kicking.
Cusses. Yes, you heard right. This Spider-Man is not afraid to cuss. He has poisoned the youth's ears with his vile profanity. He must be apprehended and arrested for using such language to have our children following suit in this nefarious act. Spider-Man is a menace and a danger to our children. I want this foul-mouthed wall crawler arachnid prosecuted. I want him strung up by his web. I want Spider-Man. You can tell the script was written by J. Jonah Jameson. Anyways, you know how scarring it must have been at the age of 4 years old hearing your favorite superhero say a bad word? Well, I have, with Spider-Man and Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects. It's very rare that Spider-Man cusses at all in his comics, or even in any type of media. You have him cussing the whole X-Men out in his Ultimate run. But of course, it's all bleeped out because, you know, it has to be appropriate for the audience and whatnot.
Who the is that?
Of course, Peter is human. You know, he's human like the rest of us. He cusses when he needs to, or he just cusses because it's out of habit. But once Peter puts on that costume, he is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He is not your foul-mouthed, unfriendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He has to put that friendly face on and, you know, make the kids happy and whatnot. But not Marvel Nemesis Spider-Man. He will cuss your ass out with no remorse. He does not care if he swears. If he swears, he swears. Like, he just does not care. Even the Thing refers a beating as a can of whoop ass. Why should Spider-Man be like, you just got your butt kicked? No, he says,
you know what we call that? We call that a web-slinging, ass-kicking.
Anyways, Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfect is one of those obscured Marvel games that most people don't know about. But from what I remembered, it was definitely a fun one to play, especially playing as Spider-Man. I remembered playing this game when my brother and his friend would go up against each other with Marvel characters. But when I saw Spider-Man on that screen, my synapses went off and I jumped up and down like a monkey wanting to play him. His moveset was pretty cool, very springy, very dynamic. You get to web swing around the map forever. And then we get to his finisher, where he jumps you, punches you 3 times, jumps up in the air to then web yank you in the air to then ground slam you, and proceeds to taunt you while you're on the ground.
Ouch! You're gonna feel that in the morning.
You know, I never realized how brutal this game can actually be with the finishers of these characters. The other characters in this game, like Hazmat, Johnny Ohm, Fault Zone. Wait, Magneto was in here? Oh, he looked like that. Who even is this? Yeah, this game's design are not the greatest when it comes to Marvel. You think they would absolutely knock it out of the park most of the time. Who even are these characters? I'd never seen them before. Hi, Post-Edit Clown here. I just realized that these guys have been created by EA themselves. So these characters are not actually from the Marvel Universe. They're actually original characters made by EA themselves. So that fixes that. Back to the video. And yes, I'm very blurry at the moment. What more do you want from me? I'm editing on CapCut. Anyways, back to the video. I guess they're somewhat intertwined with the Marvel Universe? I don't know. I never read up on them. If you have any idea who these characters are, just please provide some information down in the comments, because I would like to read about them, because I'm only here for my Marvel characters, you know? I never really bothered looking into the story or playing the story mode for this game, because, not gonna lie, as kids back then, we were just beating ass with Marvel characters and that's it. Because all these other characters, I'd never heard of them or looked into them while making this video. I only know Spider-Man, Wolverine, Iron Man, even Daredevil. Venom's in here? I forgot he was in here. That spider emblem on his chest looks interesting though. But a core memory of this game is that they featured alternative costumes for these characters. And this one for Spider-Man is cool looking. Black and green giving off an evil vibe to it. Of course, it's a recolor of his default costume. Definitely not predating Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 with the black suit 2 years before. I swear, if I had a nickel for every time that Marvel recolors Spider-Man's costume in the early 2000s to signify that he's either evil or in stealth, I would have 2 nickels. But I honestly like the black and green look. I don't know the story behind it, but it sure does look cool. The art for this game is very memorable. Even the character selection screen to select which characters you're going to be fighting with. Spider-Man's portrait is creepy and off-putting, which I very much enjoy since Marvel and Activision wants to showcase that weird nature of Spider-Man since he's not like the other superheroes. He's a weird guy in a weird suit, freaky looking. This game's atmosphere and overall aesthetic is very dark and gritty looking, grungy and almost a gothic feel to it. I wish Marvel would make more games that has this more darker tone. It's definitely a unique and memorable take on this game. Spider-Man's costume follows suit with the game's more grungy approach, keeping the same old classic design that the webhead is known for, but it's just a muddy, dirtier take to fit the world of Marvel Nemesis. Not to mention the in-game model is basically a carbon copy of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, with the only difference is the replaced classic logos. But Spider-Man cussing in this game just altered my brain chemistry at the age of 4 years old, so that literally just changed everything for me. I was not the same ever since then. But there is no doubt in my mind that I will play this game again for the story, because the only thing I remember about this game is just playing the Electra level, and then I just get stuck on it or my game just gave out. And it will definitely be awesome to relive my childhood trauma of having Spider-Man saying a cuss word and proceed to beat ass with him. And you know what else would be awesome? If you hit that like button and that subscribe button so I can do more Spider-Man content. Oh, and don't forget, if you want to be updated whenever I upload something, hit that bell button so you never miss a thing that I post. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where I talk about Spider-Man again. Goodbye.